In recent times, consumers have access to a wide choice of goods and services. The markets are flooded with a variety of goods from all over the world. Every season, new models of automobiles can be seen on Indian roads. Such wide-ranging choice of goods in our markets is a relatively recent phenomenon. Such a variety of goods was beyond one's imagination in Indian markets even 2 decades back. In this chapter, we will discuss globalization and its components, factors that enabled globalization, impact of globalization, meaning of globalization. Globalization is a process of transforming national economies and splicing them together into the global economy. Components of globalization. Globalization has 2 main components: globalization of production, globalization of markets. Till the middle of the 20th century, production was mainly organized within countries. Raw materials, foodstuffs, and finished products rarely crossed the boundaries of the countries where they were made. India was among the exporter of raw materials and foodstuffs and importer of finished goods. Distant countries were connected through trade. This was before large companies, today known as multinational corporations or MNCs, came into existence. An MNC is a company that controls or owns production in more than one nation. MNCs earn profits through outsourcing. Outsourcing by MNCs reduces the cost of production and hence increases profits. Outsourcing is that method by which an MNC designs its products in the home country, manufactures in another country, and sells the finished products all over the world. Globalization of markets. Foreign trade. A market is that place where buyers and sellers come into contact with each other. Nowadays, goods and services are not only bought and sold in the domestic market but also in worldwide markets. Products such as the Mahindra or Renault car, the Logan, are designed and manufactured with a global market in mind. This is known as globalization of markets. Interlinking production across countries. MNCs in general set up their production centers at places where the following conditions prevail: proximity to the markets, skilled and unskilled labor is available at low cost, the availability of powers, roads, ports, etc. is assured, government policies which look after their interests. MNCs are also setting up production jointly with some of the local companies. This benefits local companies in the following 2 ways. MNCs provide money for additional investments like buying new machines for faster production. MNCs often bring with them the latest technologies of production. The production in widely dispersed locations is interlinked in the following ways: by setting up partnerships with local companies, by closely competing with the local companies, by buying local companies, by buying parts and sub-assemblies from local companies. Foreign trade. When one country trades goods and services with another country, it is known as foreign trade. Foreign trade creates an opportunity for the producers to reach beyond the domestic markets. Markets of one's own country are known as domestic markets. Factors that have enabled globalization. The following factors have enabled globalization: technology, liberalization of foreign trade and foreign investment policy, working of WTO, technology. Rapid improvements in technology has been one major factor which has stimulated globalization. Over the past 50 years, there have been several improvements in the following technologies: transportation technology, information technology, communication technology, liberalization of foreign trade and foreign investment policy. In simple words, Liberalization means the withdrawal of various restrictions on industrial and business firms and giving them a free hand in their business transactions. It also facilitates globalization. Economic liberalization consists of withdrawal of various restrictions imposed by the government on investment, production, import and export of the country. The Indian government had put barriers to foreign trade and foreign investment after independence in order to protect producers within the country from foreign competition. At that time, India allowed imports of only essential items such as machinery and fertilizers. In the early stages of development, the government had given ample protection to domestic producers. World Trade Organization WTO has also enabled globalization by forcing the member countries to remove trade barriers. WTO came into force on January 1, 1995. India is one of the founder members of WTO. In 2006, 149 countries were members of the WTO, which rose to 153 in 2010. Objectives of WTO. The objectives of WTO are as follows: to help in removing or reducing the international trade barriers amongst the member countries, to increase market share of developing countries through assistance in their development efforts, to achieve global economic development through optimum utilization of world resources, to follow a non-discriminatory policy for all the member countries, to act as a dispute settlement entity among the member countries. Impact of globalization in India. Impact on consumers. In general, globalization has benefited consumers and producers in India both at local and international level. Now, there is a greater choice before consumers who are enjoying improved quality and lower prices for several products. Thus, people today enjoy much higher standards of living than it was possible earlier. Impact on producers. Impact of globalization on producers has not been uniform in India. MNCs have increased their investments in India over the past 15 years, which means investment in India has been beneficial for them. MNCs have invested in many industries such as cell phones, automobiles, electronics, soft drinks, fast food or services such as banking, insurance and healthcare in urban areas. New jobs have been created in these industries and services. Impact on workers. Impact of globalization has also not been uniform among workers. Software and other engineers, accountants, IT professionals, fast food and retail industry employees are a few of those who have been benefited by globalization in India. But workers of small enterprises, for example garment manufacturing units, have been adversely affected by the process of globalization. Next to agriculture, the largest number of workers in India is employed by SMEs, that is small and medium enterprises. These workers are adversely affected by globalization. The struggle for a fair globalization. The government can play a major role in making globalization a fairer deal for all. The government can take the following steps in this regard. Protect the interests of all. The government can implement those policies involved in the process of globalization which protect the interests of poor as well as rich people. Proper implementation of labor laws. Government can make globalization fairer by implementing labor laws properly so that workers' rights are not encroached upon. Protection to small producers. Government must protect the small producers up to the stage where they are strong enough to face open competition. In this way, government can make globalization more fair and equitable. Negotiation with WTO. The government can use trade and investment barriers in negotiating with WTO. It can also align with other developing countries with similar interest to fight against the domination of developed countries in the WTO. In a way, this is what our government is trying to do. This is why some WTO summit meetings have failed. The developing countries did not yield to the pressure tactics of the developed countries.